Reyes, and I'm Sales Executive with Escrow Options. Thank you, everybody, for being here today. And today I wanted to let you know that in addition to our escrow services, we can also help you with some of your marketing to help you grow your business. So as you all know, we offer the Altos Marketing Reports, which is an amazing product. You can use them for your farm, for your open houses, your social media, and it can help you solidify more deals even when you're not in escrow, so prior to the escrow. And so the Altos Market Report, it's a real-time market data report that can help you with your marketing and helps you keep your finger on the pulse of the market. And it's really easy to see at a glance if the market's momentum is shifting in favor to your buyers or your sellers. Provides you with current, insightful marketing information. It keeps you informed and your prospective clients engaged through real-time market data. And this positions you as the local expert and the agent to call when your clients are ready to buy and sell. And so the goal of the Altos report is to help answer the question how the market is today in your area. And we know that there's many reports out there, but what makes this report truly unique, it's that it's forward thinking. And in today's world, what you really need more than ever is the ability to look forward. And most of the reports that are out there are a summary of what's already happening. But looking at sold data, it's very important. However, that answers the question how the market was when the property sold versus how the market is today and what you can expect moving forward. And so these reports are extremely valuable. The difference between making a statement about the market and talking about the market using data makes all the difference when it comes to building relationships with your clients. So if you would like us to send you a report, I will put my information in the chat box. You can get a hold of your sales representative as well for your offices. And so these are the services that we provide you with regularly, on top of years of escrow experience and expertise. So we're here to support you, and we love working with our agents, and we're really about growing together and helping your business become more successful. And so if you haven't used us before, please write us in your contract. We would love the opportunity to work with you. And good luck, everybody, and looking forward to today's training with Justin Taylor. And thank you. Thanks for the opportunity, Justin.
Of course. No, thank you guys. And just like what Yasmin was saying, if you are not getting those Altos market reports yet, please reach out to them. Just like she was saying, it's active data. It's based on active data. So just what we get from our MLS and associations, it's always in arrears. It's always behind us. But this data is today live. And in addition to the reports, you get weekly reports from them based on zip code or city, whatever area that you choose that you want them to send you. And I coach my agents on taking screenshots of those graphs, the data points in there, there's verbiage, add those to your social media posts, your email marketing that you do. They're great to print out for open houses or if you're going on a listing presentation or anything like that. It's so much value in that one report alone that if you are not signed up, please reach out. Awesome. So today, what are we talking about? We are talking about 7 creative ways to generate more real estate leads in 2023. So everyone, right, is trying to create more lead sources, generate more leads. We don't need to only just generate more leads for our business so we can grow, but we need to be creative in the way that we are presenting ourselves or prospecting for new potential clients. There's a lot of different things over the last year that I've experienced or have seen that has been really a game changer for a lot of agents. So hopefully now, don't take away today as I need to implement these 7 lead gen ideas. Don't do that because it is overwhelming, right? Adding one more thing to our plate is overwhelming when we're already feel like we are drowning. However, maybe you're going to connect with one of these today. Maybe a light bulb will go off, or you're like, oh, that is creative. I could do that, right? I could implement that. I could integrate that into my business. If you at least take one away, or if it sparks an idea for you and your business, right? Everything that we've done is been served. So again, anything that we put out there or that we coach on or any of these trainings, if you take one piece of it, one piece of gold and implement it to your business, you're one step ahead of the competition. So hopefully you learned something today that has been different or that you feel like you can actually implement in there. So let's jump in. Of course, just like what Yasmin said, please, please, please write them in your next contract. Highly experienced escrow officers, an amazing sales team that delivers a lot of value. If you haven't reached out to them or had a strategy session with them recently, I mean, they are around top agents and teams all the time. So pick their brain for sure. And I threw in a couple quotes today because it's Monday. Why not? You know, we're trying to get through the weekend still, and it's always a big thing. One of my favorite real estate people in general is Grant Cardone. I don't know if you've heard of him or you've read the 10X Rule. It's a book, but I like this quote: "As long as you are alive, you will either live to accomplish your own goals and dreams, or be used as a resource to accomplish someone else's." So we got into this business for a reason, right? What is your why? Anytime that we are faced with a challenge or that we feel overwhelmed, or even today, right? You're going through this training and there's 7 different strategies that you could possibly implement. Just pick one, but remember your why, okay? I know it's exhausting. I've been in this business since 2016 and so many different aspects of it. I understand the pain points, but we got to remember our why. Why did we get into this business? And if you don't remember your why, or you maybe don't have a why, think about that. Think about that today. Think about this week. If you do know your why, you know, write that down. Look at it on a daily basis because it helps us keep motivated. And as soon as we start having those wins, even the smallest wins, give us that fuel to keep going. So just remember, we got in this business, right? We're our own business owners, we're entrepreneurs. So we are in it to accomplish our own goals and dreams by serving others. Or we can go back to our traditional jobs. Before I got into real estate, I was in retail. I feel like I was a slave in retail. It was, you know, I just knew that wasn't forever. That could not be forever. And real estate gives us more freedom, even though we seem to work possibly more, but it gives us the freedom, whether it's for time or financial reasons. I love to travel and I love to give back. So travel and philanthropy are 2 of my whys of why I'm in this business. So just think about that today and this week, and always remind yourself of why you got into it. All right. Lead gen strategy number 1, buyer and seller webinars. Maybe you've heard of these. Maybe you've seen some ads on social media advertising these. They work. They work. Now, it takes a little bit of time to maybe figure out the ads that you run to get them to register, but I have some resources for you guys. But hosting local buyer and seller seminars is a solid strategy for building your client list, generating new listing and buyer leads, and branding yourself as the authority agent expert in your area. Some ideas that maybe you could do for webinars, for homeowners specifically. How do you sell in this market? How can you take your equity and invest in rental properties? I think our message in investment in building wealth is so under talked about in this industry. We always talk about buying and selling, but what about those who already have a good chunk of equity in their home or property, and you can educate them on how they can duplicate that? Take this equity and do it again, get another investment property. There's lots of ways you can do that. Tips and strategies on selling. Maybe you're talking about staging. Maybe it's a webinar that's 5 things you need to do before you sell. Decluttering, things that come up on the inspection, right? Maybe it's a pre-inspection that you include in there. And maybe if you have one geared towards home buyers, maybe it's the buying process overview, right? What does that look like once it goes into escrow? What's that process look like? Interest rates and programs. Maybe you have your lender on to co-sponsor this with you. Okay, you're talking about interest rates, all the different programs that are available to buyers. The inspection process, right? What to expect there? What is it? What's the average cost of that? Okay, what about, even if we're going back to the lender, what about appraisal? Okay, appraisal and inspection expenses. What does that look like so they can plan ahead? Contract, what does the contract look like? What are some things that they need to know in that contract? In the market, whichever market you're in, are you guys still seeing seller concessions, right? Talk about that to home buyers. How can you position them to get the best deal for their real estate goal? Okay, so these webinars are typically, and I'll click on this in a second here, but RECO Demand, or Real Estate Commissions on Demand, was developed by a gentleman who is an agent and decided to start doing webinars in his market to generate more leads. And what his process is he would run Facebook ads, meta ads across social media, and would have a registration list for a topic, something that we just talked about here, right? So it's one of these topics here that you're advertising through an ad, and you're targeting that location. So if it's homeowners, maybe it's that location, right? Or even home buyers, the market that you actually work in, or maybe it's markets that are moving to your market. Okay, does that feeder markets, right? So if you know the markets that are moving to where you sell, maybe you're targeting those for home buyers. Why you should move to San Diego or SoCal or wherever you may be. Now, again, you may not know how to actually just go about, right? What are the actual steps? So what he's done is created a business out of this now, and he's taking on agents in different markets. And there are a ton of spots still available. So again, you don't have to go through here. You can just come through here. It's called RECODemand.com, RECO demand.com. You can come here and learn more information on how they are actually generating a lot more leads in business. So you can see here, they have over 300 plus clients, $42 million in GCI has been generated, and just this lead gen tactic, 7 times average ROI, which is pretty phenomenal. But you can come in here and see all the different items that they talk about. You can get some testimonials where they've been featured. I haven't actually used this program. I followed him a lot. I've done my own webinars, and it generates a lot of leads and visitors. You just have to be diligent on your follow-up, right? Even leading up to the actual webinar. So you're registering all these homeowners or consumers, whether they're home buyers or homeowners, you're generating all those registrations, and then you got to keep in contact with them from when they register to when the actual webinar is, so you have a great turnout. And then from there, the appointment ratio, after you have your presentation, maybe it's 30 minutes for your first one, 45 minutes or an hour, and you go through your presentation, and the appointment ratio is pretty phenomenal because they want more information. They want that you built trust already, right? In that 1 hour, you're live with them in person. You're kind of gathering the masses of who would be interested, and then turn around, and your appointment ratio is pretty high for this, for follow-up. So webinars have become a huge way to generate leads, especially in 2023. Again, if you want to go learn more about what he does, he's partnering with agents. I don't even know exactly what his percentage or what he would actually, what it costs for that. But by far in my research, this has been the best place to start if you needed some help or training on how to actually do those webinars. All right, number 2. Meta ads or Facebook ads. If you don't know, Facebook is slowly changing their name to Meta, but Meta ads targeting homeowners. So one way that I have found success in generating seller leads is taking a screenshot and creating an ad through Facebook and Instagram that is hyper local. So I'll show you guys in a second how I went into my MLS. Obviously, it's going to be different for your market and your MLS, but I want you guys to see how you can go in and do it. So here is a demo ad that I've done before. You can see here, I make it data specific, but I really go in and I take a screenshot of the area or zip code, of who I want to target. So we know that we can target market certain geographic locations. So if I wanted, this is an area in North Phoenix, Arizona here that I took a screenshot called Desert Ridge. So I wanted to target that area, and I wanted to help stop the scroll. Okay, and what that means is when they are scrolling on their phone, they're going through their phone, we have to stop them, give them something intriguing. So they stop that scroll, they read our information, they become interested, and then they choose to click the call to action. You have to make sure it is data focused and hyper local. So again, I went into my MLS and I pulled up the sold homes in the last 30 days. So we get these cool little pins in there, right? These little blue circles. These are all the homes that sold in the last 30 days of when I actually took this screenshot. And I could see when I pulled that, the data. I know that 68 properties sold in that zip code in the last 30 days. So this is the last 30 days average sold price, because the MLS tells us that, is $699,926 with the highest sold of 1.62 million. Okay. See what your home could sell for in today's market. There's that call to action. You can't see it down here, but there's a call to action button as well for them to click on. So again, hyper local. So when someone's scrolling, they're like, oh, I live literally right there off Mayo or wherever it may be, right? It's their area. So they're going to be interested in. And if they actually own a home, they're going to be very interested to see that data. You want to make sure that you put in here how many homes sold in the last 30 days. 30 days is pretty relevant. If there's not very many in the last 30 days, maybe you go 60, maybe you go 90. It just depends on how much activity has happened there. And of course, you can add in the average sold price, because that will help stop the scroll as well and make them interested into what theirs possibly could be. Maybe they didn't know that the average sold price for that area was actually 700,000. Maybe they thought it was a little bit less, right? And maybe they think theirs is a little bit higher, and knowing that the highest sold price in the last 30 days, 1.6 million, makes them interested to see what their home is actually worth. So when done correctly with intent and strategy, Facebook ads can be a great way to generate more listing leads in your market. So you need to focus on results in your ad copy. Okay, we have this data. Always have a call to action. Okay, so here I have my HomeBot link, so they can go and get an instant property valuation. I love HomeBot. I think it's a great platform to generate seller leads. And I also have the link in a button here. You just can't see the button. You want to make it as local as possible. Okay, so you come in here and make it as local as possible. Offer value, data, and tips. So maybe you could add some tips in here, but you want to give them a little update on what's happening in that area. And of course, video is always best. Maybe you have a green screen and it's actually a video view with this map behind you. Just like what this is, right? This is a fake background back here. So maybe I have the image behind me and I'm talking about the data, and they can actually put a face to the name. And of course, just like the first one we talked about, and really everything in this business, follow up, follow up, follow up. When you generate those leads and you reach out to them one time and you don't get a hold of them, or they don't respond to you, we typically give up at that point. But data tells us that it takes 6 to 7 times before we start to pay attention. Okay, and marketing and advertisement takes 6 to 7 times before we start to pay attention. So just like if you're generating internet leads, Facebook leads, leads anywhere, right? Even if you're at an open house and afterwards you reach out to them and you contact them one time and then you give up because they didn't call, right? We have to continue to follow up 6 to 7 times. Just keep that in mind, 6 to 7 times. It's just like if you're farming, it could take a while to actually convert that investment in there. So I'm going to come over here real quick. And I know my MLS is going to be different from you guys, but the steps are going to be fairly the same. But this is my MLS in here. I'm just going to do a search based on a zip code. Okay, so if I just come into here and I go to closed, I'm just going to say the last 30 days. You may have to actually put actual dates in yours. Again, I don't know what your MLS looks like. 30 days. And I'm going to go down and be specific. You can either draw a map around where you're looking at, or I'm just going to do zip code. Okay. See this zip code here. I get these little dots. Hopefully you guys get some type of pins or something in your MLS. Can you guys confirm that? Can you actually, does pins show up like this in your map or not? Because we might have to come up with a different strategy if not. Hopefully it does, right? Somebody can throw that in the chat box, but you're going to do the specific zip code for that area. And then what I do is, you can't see this on my screen, but I'm just gonna take a snipping tool. Come over here. Little snipping tool here. I can navigate this screen around, and I'm just gonna drag right here, take a screenshot of that, save it, and then that is what I'm actually going to use in my Facebook ad. Mary said they don't show up like that. Okay, so we might have to get creative in how you do that. Or if we take a screenshot of this, we can add some pins in there to showcase, maybe you pull the data and it shows 30 sold in the last 30 days, and maybe we add 30 pins around here. Okay, it's not exactly where they're pinpointed, but we know that 30 sold in the last 30 days. Something like that you may be able to do. So I'm going to come over here now and go to Facebook, because maybe some of you haven't ran an ad yet. And I'm going to navigate to my business page, because you have to have a business page in order to run ads. So let me see if I can switch over here. So I'm just switching over to my Facebook page. We've done a training on Facebook ads before. Over on the left-hand side, I'm going to click on Ad Center. Okay, and I'm going to click Advertise. This is a demo account, so I'm going to click Create New Ad. I want you guys to see the power behind the geographic location. So when you get into this screen, it's going to default to whatever's on your business page, and we're going to change that up. On the right-hand side, it's going to eventually give us an ad preview, but this ad creative is where I went in and actually created this text up here, right? 68 properties sold in 85050. That's where I actually go in and add that. So you can see a preview here. So if I just go in and say, I'm just making this data up, 68 homes sold in 85295 in the last 30 days. Okay, I'm gonna go in front of the 68. I'm gonna click the little emoji because I'm gonna make it pretty, right? We need to make it intriguing so that they stop the scroll. So I'm gonna come down here and find a house. Sorry guys, I'm trying to navigate between all these different windows here. Did I pass the house? I don't think I did. All right, we're gonna scroll down. Here we go, we're getting to it, right? There's that. I don't want that there. Cut it, paste it here. Okay, next line, see what else I put on there. Average sold price, right? So again, you guys can see average sold price. Maybe it's 150,000, right? I'm not going to fully go into this. So you come in here, you create your description. The right-hand side, you're going to see the ad preview. And of course, you're going to swap out that image. So if I were to come in here and take this screenshot, I'm not going to make it perfect just for timing. If I take a screenshot of that and save it to my desktop so I can find it. Okay, say, right, pretend that we went in and actually added the text. It's going to show up here. You can add whatever you want, but make sure it's data driven. Okay, it's got to be engaging. And if I go down and I select media, I'm going to unselect there after I upload the image that I actually want. Okay, there's that screenshot I made. It's going to upload. Down here, you can see that that was default. I'm going to click this X. Okay, select. It's going to update that, and now you guys can see the update on the app preview here in just a moment. Okay, so now you can see, all right. Remember, I added my HomeBot link up here. You can also do that, and we're going to also include it in the call to action button. If I continue to scroll down, and just so you guys know, you can upload a video here. Okay, can upload a video. Now the headline is here, okay, underneath my name. See your home value today. Something like that, depends on what you want to put in there. I'm going to change that button label, that call to action button label that said watch more. I'm going to change that to learn more. Let's see. There it is. Where do you want that button to go? Right? Where do we want that call to action button? I love HomeBot. If your website has a property valuation tool already in it, definitely leverage that as well. If you use HomeBot, I definitely recommend that. See if this will. We're going to pretend to upload it there, but I would take that link, copy that link, and paste it in here. Okay, so now we have our text up here. Obviously, it would look better if we were actually going to do this. We have our screenshot. Okay, again, maybe it's not the dots in there. Maybe it's just a screenshot of the actual area. So if your MLS doesn't have the sold dots in there, you can't have that in there, then maybe it's still just a map, right? With maybe some text on it, like your home could be next or something like that. We have our call to action here for them to learn more. And if we continue to scroll down, you will need to select special ad category because we are in the real estate or housing industry. So we have to select that, choose housing, because we can't target based on demographics. Okay, and who is the audience? So if I come in here and age, I'm going to leave that open, but location, maybe I'm coming in here and using a specific zip code, or maybe it's a specific city that you want to target. And then you can always close that in so it's smaller. If you didn't want it to be 25, you can resize it. And then of course, it says detailed targeting. We really can't use that in our business because we just can't target market demographics like income and all that. Once you choose your location, you're going to choose how long you want the ad to actually run and what is that daily budget. Okay. And it's going to give you some estimates. So on that daily budget, our estimated results are unavailable because I didn't choose. I'll go back in here and just do Gilbert, just for the example. Save audience. Got our housing. 7 days. Wonder why this is not available. Typically, it will say it's available, so you get to see how many views you would actually get, how many results, and how many clicks you will actually get based on that budget. So if we actually ran this for $10 a day at 7 days, it costs us a total of $70. So of course, you just adjust this to what your budget may be. Okay, and then you can promote. Just make sure that you choose special ad category, because if you continue without selecting that, it will get flagged and removed. Okay, so we have to do that in our business, but that's how you can target based on geographic location. And these are a great way. I have found a lot of success in generating those leads and closing those deals, not just for myself, but other top agents and teams that I have partnered with. Any questions on the ads? I know it's a little technical there, but it works. All right, number 3. Influencer partnerships. Okay, I think we've all heard of influencers now, right? So influencers is an interesting business category. So those who have influential social media profiles. So on Instagram, right? Somebody maybe have 500,000 followers or 1 million or 2 million or whatever it may be. Same on Facebook, same on YouTube. Same across all these social media platforms. Social media influencers have large followings on social media and can have significant sway in their followers' decisions. Notice that anybody that you may follow already on a social media platform, maybe they're promoting a product or service that you've already seen. You've seen hashtag ad on there, but partnering with influencers, especially those in home and lifestyle niches, can help real estate agents reach a larger and diverse audience. Even local businesses can be extraordinary influencers on your real estate business through collaboration. So don't just think of, I'm using this example lightly, Kim Kardashian, right? Don't think of, right, because they advertise products all the time that they're getting paid to promote out there. Don't think of them just as a person, but also a business. Is there a local business in your area that you can collaborate with or partner with by reaching out to them and asking for them to help promote your business? And in turn, maybe it's compensation, right? You're paying for an ad. It's just like if you're going to go pay for a billboard or something like that. The difference is influencers have such, just like I said up here, sway into their followers' decisions. Their followers trust them, right? They take their advice and their recommendations serious. So one, they're probably going to vet you, right? You guys are going to collaborate and come up with a plan and something that makes sense. Maybe it's something that you're sponsoring, or you're talking about 5 tips to get your home ready to sell, and maybe that's what they're giving their audience, right? And in turn, you're going to gain engagement, more followers yourself, and potentially new leads coming through. So agents have partnered with influencers across multiple platforms. I see it a lot on Instagram, and I see it actually a lot on YouTube. So again, you have to research, find out who those influencers are in your market, in a category that would make sense. Now, if someone is an influencer in terms of automotive, probably won't be the best, but maybe if you have an influencer that interior design or home organization or something of that nature, or even a local bakery, a local coffee shop, something like that, that would kind of make more sense for your local market there. Helps agents reach out to their targeted audience directly. It increases your company's brand awareness. Remember, we are brands, we're a company. It'll drive more traffic to your site, which is great. And of course, generate more leads, and influence are more trustworthy. Okay, so think about in 2023, what has been traditional and does not have as much, for example, postcards. Do postcards still work? Sure, postcards can still work, absolutely. You have to be super strategic and super out of the box and innovative, for sure. Where is consumer attention? Is it in their mailbox per se with a postcard? Now, I would equally argue, because in one of these, I'm going to talk about direct mail, but in a different way. We're bringing digital to the direct mail. Now, with postcards, you're probably going to have a better ROI going digital than not. And I know there's going to be a lot of agents that say, well, old school, I'm old school, it still works and everything. Sure, it absolutely does. But are we missing the boat on an opportunity to grow our business in the digital world, right? Where consumer attention is. And the point is, influencers are more trustworthy. It's a way that you can get in front of their followers quickly. And quite frankly, I would even create a video in that partnership to promote something. So maybe in that video, it's a quick reel or short or something, and you're actually in the video with the influencer and creating some type of content for those viewerships and the ad partnership that you guys have together. So again, you can just take your phone, go onto Instagram, start researching maybe interior design in San Diego, Costa Mesa, Irvine, wherever you may be, and research different influencers in that area and start reaching out to them and let them know, hey, I'm looking for an influencer to partner with. I'm a real estate agent. I want to bring more value to our local community. I noticed your profile and the relationship that you have with your audience. I would love to be part of that in some way if we'd be open to collaborate. So again, right, it's a very untraditional way to maybe generate leads, but a very, very traditional way in the sense of 2023, you are partnering with them to bring more value to that audience and for you to grow your audience as well. All right, number 4, sponsor community events. This isn't super innovative or new. We've done, we've sponsored as agents things in the past. Maybe it's a local school drive or a baseball league or different programs and things that we have sponsored. But one way to become a community leader in real estate is to take as many realtor sponsorship opportunities you can afford, right? Whatever's in that marketing budget. Doing so, put your real estate brand, image, and messaging all over your chosen market while showing your dedication to local causes. So you want to not just gain your audience and grow your business through sponsoring these events, but you're also giving back to these local communities, okay? So like I said, one of my whys is philanthropy work. So oftentimes I will sponsor, local things in my community, a lot of times with schools or kids or back to school, things like that. But there's a lot of other ways that you can contribute. Maybe you are crowdfunding contributions for a local charity. What's your favorite local charity? Reach out to them. And then now you're having a flyer or something created and you're handing them out or having them delivered to the local area that you actually sell in, has your branding on it, but more importantly, it talks about how you are raising money or time. You're asking them to come, maybe pack food boxes. I know here we have Feed My Starving Children and St. Mary's Food Bank, things like that, that you can advertise there as well. Other things is maybe in that, if you're farming in a certain area or your neighborhood that you actually live in, maybe you're sponsoring a local barbecue or a picnic, maybe a food truck, right? Maybe you're doing some type of event like that where you're getting the community together. Luckily, you guys have a little bit better weather than we do here in Phoenix. It's very hard to do those in the summertime when it's 115 or 120 degrees out and you're sweating and you're trying to connect with people. So these are great for your area. Maybe you're doing a shredding event. Okay, I just saw agents here advertising that. They're having a community shredding event where they have a shredding company come in on a certain day between the hours of A and B. And all you have to do is drop off your box or whatever, throw it into the truck, and they will do those. Recycling, canned food drives, I've done in the past. I've actually had paper brown bags with my flyer attached to it, stating what I'm doing, the canned food drive, the charity it's going to, and what days and time I will be back to pick up those bags. So each door got one of those paper bags. You can get those for relatively inexpensive online, Amazon or different places like that. Print your flyers out, staple them to that, hand them out to the doors, and then maybe a week later, you're coming back and actually collecting those for that charity. Or you're donating to a school sponsorship or something like that. But these are a great way, again, to get in front of a large amount of people in your specific community, showing that you are the authority agent, but also that you are the agent that eats, breathes, sleeps, and gives back to that actual community. Okay, so again, some of you may have already done this in the past, but this is a great way to be able to connect more with your local community. Number 5, oh, I hope that shows up. If not, we're going to click on it and see. Expired listings with direct mail videos. So I know I was just knocking on direct mail, specifically postcards, but what I mean by that is if you guys are going to be marketing via direct mail, be conscious, okay? If you can send it in an envelope with a stamp on it, you can handwrite the label, or I just print the labels and put them on there, because if it has a stamp on it and I will send it in a, I wonder if I can show you guys. I don't know if I showed you guys, but I have gold envelopes, I have black envelopes. I don't send it in a standard white envelope. I want it to stand out and be different. Maybe your branding is red, so you're buying red envelopes, so your branding is orange or blue or whatever it may be, and you're sending it in that actual envelope. That stands out. That breaks through the noise of the postcards and all of the junk mail, right? All the ads and everything. If someone receives a letter in the mail that's in an actual envelope and in a different color envelope, I'm interested, I'm curious about what that is. It has an actual stamp on it. So I'm gonna actually pay attention to that. But how do we incorporate our digital world into the physical world? Okay, so right, we're creating video content, or we should be creating video content, and maybe you're creating QR codes. Okay, you're repurposing that digital content to these ready to sell homeowners, these expired listings. Okay, and you're providing them value. So you need to plan ahead, stay current on what is coming up to expire, or subscribe to a service that gives you expired leads. You must stand out and be different in your messaging to these hot leads. The messaging is a video. And in that video, you're talking about how you invest in the latest strategies and technology to drive the most amount of traffic to their listing. You specialize in homes that did not sell, because you understand, based on these trainings, remember we've been doing for the last several months, We're investing in our listings through digital marketing. Maybe we're running those Facebook ads to drive more traffic to that Zillow listing. We're investing in that video walkthrough tour so we can be give preferred placement on Zillow. Remember, Zillow will oftentimes give preferred placement, will show your listing first in a given zip code when there is a video walkthrough tour. When I say video walkthrough tour, remember, I'm not talking about a slideshow, okay, of photos that you had taken. It's an actual video going through the home and the local community so that you are showcasing that home in all of its best features. So unfortunately, this image is not showing there, but I'm going to actually go in and show you guys this. And I can share you this widget. So when I advertise, when I market to expired listings, this is page 1 of what I actually send. Before you relist your home, you need to watch this video. Giant QR code. Again, how do you in a letter get them to watch your digital content? And the easiest way today is QR codes. I can take my phone, scan that, and all of a sudden I'm watching the video instead of go to abc.com to watch this video or go to wherever it may be to actually watch the video, right? The time it takes to actually type in a URL, even if it's your website, right? Even justintaylor.com, I don't want them to take the time to type that in. I want them to easily scan a QR code and they're instantly watching my video, right? We help homeowners go from expired to sold. Okay, this is different than what they've seen. Typically, they're going to get calls and be like, hi, I'm just calling to see if you want to relist your home. In this video, talk about what you do and how you're different from everyone else and why you specialize in homes that did not end up selling, because you invest in that target marketing. You invest in everything that we've been talking about. Page 2, you guys have seen this graphic before. I talk about this. Okay, so here's my screenshots to prove my results. I know your home didn't sell before, and maybe your home was 84 days on market for only 105 views, or maybe it was one of these, but I'm at the top because I invested in my listings, right? I'm different in that respect. I talk about stats. How do, oops, let me go back here. How do buyers look for homes now, right? Where are they going to choose homes? And then of course, I talk a little bit about my business model down here as well. Raul asks, what's the advice to get the expired listing with email addresses? So you can subscribe to, I think, RedX, and there's some others that you can subscribe to a service, and they will not only give you the phone number and address, but oftentimes you can actually buy the email addresses if they are available for those as well. And I would do the same thing. I would send them a video through email. I would drip on them through video on email. No one else is doing that. That's what I would do for them. Maybe it's a series of three video emails. And the first one is, talking about how you're different in this way. And the second one, maybe some data points. And third one, maybe, some other things that you invest in. But even if you get the email addresses, you still have to be different. And I would get them to some type of video content, or maybe it's a digital flip book like this or something that talks about all the different marketing that you invest in, right? And that you specialize in homes that did not sell. RedX. RedX is one that's actually super popular. We come into here. RedX. Products, leads. Here we go. Expires. So you can go to RedX and see, as you can see, relatively inexpensive to be able to get those. Let's see if they actually include, since we're here, emails. Email addresses are not included in the $59.99, but of course for $120, you can get the email addresses with that. So RedX has become very, very popular in the sense that their data is good. And they've done a lot to right here, right? DNC. We want to make sure those numbers are cross-checked with DNC. We do not want to be hit with one of those expensive fines. That could make it or break it moment there. But RedX is one of the best that I've seen come on the market. So Mary, that's where I would go. Julie asks, where are we creating those QR codes? QR code monkey. QR code monkey. Okay. QR code dash monkey up here. You can see that in the browser, QR code dash monkey. All you have to do is paste. So if I'm pulling a video up here, I'm going to copy that video link from YouTube or wherever it's at. I'm going to paste that in here and then create the QR code down here. So I'll just give you an example. Obviously, this is not a video link, but I'm going to paste it in here. You can always change colors if you wanted to. If you want a gradient like that or just a solid color, just when you get done customizing it, take this over to the very right, click create QR code. It's going to change this up. All you have to do is download. Don't click any of that. You don't have to worry about that. It's going to download to my computer. You can see here it's generating. And then I'm just going to rename on my desktop what that QR code is so I don't forget. Okay, because I think last week's training I had the same QR code in 2 different slides. But you want to make sure that you have the correct one in there. Always test your QR codes before you send something to print or out. Always test the QR codes. But that's where I would go. And I would recommend REDX for sure.
Thank you, Justin. So does it apply to like your business card? You can create it from this QR code monkey as well? Or this one is just for videos?
No, this is just a QR code generator. So I can put videos in here. I can put my website address in here. I can put virtually any link that I wanted to be embedded into that QR code into there. So if you wanted, let's say, if you're asking, maybe I'm assume that you're asking, can you add these QR codes to your business card? The answer is yes. So if you wanted your QR code on the back of your business card for your website or maybe a property valuation or something, you just come in here, add the link to where you want that to go, save this to your computer, and then maybe you're having a designer do your business cards or in Canva, you can just add it that way.
Okay, I guess I didn't quite understand. So let's say my objective is if I text someone a QR code, when they open the QR code, it's all my contact information. Like my name, my text message, I mean, a phone number, email, which company is with, basically my information. Where do I create that QR code?
So if you're going to text, it really doesn't, QR codes aren't effective if you are texting it to someone or like you're adding it to an Instagram post or a social media post, because think about when they're looking at it on their phone, they have to scan a QR code with their camera.
Okay.
So if it's in a text, they can't navigate, they can't scan it unless they have another phone. So this is really going to be more for physical form. So if you want it on your physical business card, absolutely, you can do it that way. Now, to your point of if you're going to text somebody a digital business card, there's several different platforms for that. But even Linktree would be a great opportunity for that, because Linktree is a short link, and when they click that link, it's going to pull up that Linktree profile, and now they have your website, property valuation. They can search properties, see your latest blog, see your phone number, see your email, anything that you wanted to advertise there, they can see in that Linktree.
Okay, thank you. That makes sense. One last question is, I see some people send out flyers and then they have a QR code on there. What are those normally?
So a lot of times it may go to their website, it may go to more information on their property. It could go to a property valuation, their latest blog. So I have a folder on my computer, just QR codes. And in there, I label each of them. So I have a QR code for my Instagram, QR code for YouTube, QR code for everything, my website, Google business profile, all of that. So that when I create a flyer and I want to advertise one of those so they can easily go to it, I can just go and upload it or add it there. So they are great for flyers. My for sale sign, huge QR code on it. It goes to my current listings. So that way, every time that I have a new listing, my for sale sign's on there. And I don't know if there's rules and regulations in different markets, but when they scan that QR code, it goes directly to my listings and they can see more information on that specific property.
Okay, awesome. Thank you so much.
Of course. All right, I'm going to come back here. Maybe, where are we at? There we go. Oh, look at loaded. Okay. Do you guys want this letter? Do you guys want an editable version of this? That'd be helpful.
Yeah, that would be great.
Yes.
Okay, let me come in here. I'm going to do it now because it's Monday and who knows what I'll remember. I'm going to come into here and I'm going to create a template link. And then you guys can go in and swap out logos, anything that you want to swap out. Just please do remove my information, as I'm sure you all will. Copy template link, chat, paste in there. I'm more willing to give when it's not in my market. No, I'm kidding. I also give this out here too. There you go. So you can click that link. It's going to ask you to use that template into your Canva. As soon as you click yes or use template link, it pushes it in your Canva. You can change anything you want on it, and it is all yours. Remember, you can change that QR code. So you can see here, everything that's purple is changeable. So you can go in and change anything that you want to. And then that QR code, if you already have one, or you can go to that QR code monkey and create your own. All right. That'll give you guys time to get that over there. Let's go to number 6. This one I'm super excited about, and I think it's very cool. So again, different markets, but generally we can give closing gifts of whatever it may be. But one interesting closing gift slash piece of value that you can give to your clients is a housewarming party. Okay, I don't know if anyone's ever done these before. We did this when I was a sales manager for a large team here in Arizona, and it was phenomenal. So why not go big when your buyer goes home? Okay, sponsoring a housewarming party after buyers close on their new house is one way to go out with a bang. So instead of maybe that gift card or just thank you or dinner or whatever it may be, maybe you're going to sponsor a client housewarming party. So first, you need to confirm with your clients that this is something they'd even be interested in. Again, in your advertising, when you're working with clients, something that maybe you offer your value is, sorry, I'm going to mute. Everybody make sure they're muted. I'm hearing myself. Maybe. Looks like everyone's mute. So instead of maybe that closing gift or what you traditionally do and how you advertise this, when you work with me, I appreciate you so much as a client that we are going to throw you a housewarming party, or maybe it's a surprise to them after they go under contract and maybe they get past that inspection period, right, to make sure it actually goes through, that you're going to sponsor them a housewarming party. So first you want to confirm that they'd even be interested in and set a date that works for them. It may not be right away. Okay, it may be they're getting stuff moved in, the furniture is being delivered, right? It's chaos. Maybe it's a month later. But you want to schedule that time with them. And if they give you the go ahead, start to plan for the celebration by inviting their neighbors, family and friends, maybe providing food and drinks, or even maybe you're sponsoring a food truck in their front yard. That will attract all those neighbors and stuff to come out as well. But you want to make sure their family and friends are invited to this housewarming party as well. Not only is this such an awesome celebration for your clients, but this is a unique way for you to get deeper into their ecosystem. And what I mean by that is their sphere. Okay, right? We are in a referral business, and that is a huge way for you to show appreciation to your clients and also show prospects, friends, neighbors, family, what you do for your clients. They're going to talk about all the great experience that they've had with you. Obviously you want to make sure the deal went super great and smooth. Someone who wasn't happy with you, probably you're not going to do this, but they're going to be talking about you. It's a live review of the service that you provided and how much you value that client into throwing them this awesome housewarming party. So this is a closing gift strategy, and it serves many purposes. Not only will you leave your clients exceptionally happy, but you'll be the buzz of the block and their sphere. So this is one that you could actually do multiple times this year, right? Maybe your next buyer that you close on, you are going to celebrate with them and do this housewarming party. Again, it could be maybe you're just sponsoring some trays of food, some cocktails, and maybe there's live music or something there, right? It all depends on budget, but if you plan properly and you make some good connections, it could be great. Maybe there's photography there, so you can, a videographer, so then you can take this and use it in your marketing. So congratulations, like Julie just closed on her house. Here's a quick video of a housewarming party that we threw for her to celebrate this milestone. Something like that could go a very long way. Again, not just for your marketing purposes and prospecting, but giving value to your client and showing how much you appreciate them in a big way. All right, we got one more. Go live on social media. Ooh, everyone just left the chat. Everyone just left the webinar, right? Go live on social media. What do I mean by that? So I know it's difficult to even talk about video, creating video content, but there is a lot of power in going live on social media, especially to generate new prospects. So an exceptional social media strategy has powerful effects when it comes to real estate lead generation. If you're looking for a way to spice things up on social media, live video streaming is one option. Going live on platforms such as Instagram, Facebook, YouTube allows you to go live. TikTok, you have to have a certain amount of followers, but you can go live. On most platforms, you can go live. So pick the best one. I love Instagram and Facebook because that's where most people are in my sphere. But you can provide unique content that will connect directly with your audience. Notice that when somebody goes live on Instagram or Facebook, you get notified. So-and-so just went live. I just got notification a little bit ago that somebody was going live with somebody else. Okay, so maybe you're partnering with escrow. Maybe you're partnering with your lender, your inspector, whoever it may be, to kind of collaborate together. Maybe you're partnering with a local business. Remember we talked about influencers and local businesses earlier? Maybe you're going live with them. Make sure you advertise it ahead of time. So to let your followers know when and where you'll be streaming from, post a reminder beforehand to your chosen social platform. This is going to ensure that you don't go live to an empty audience. You got to get a little bit of buzz out there. So to get the best real estate lead generation results, you should be actively engaging with followers on a day-to-day basis, and going live is a great way to do this. With so many topics to choose from, you can plan to go live at least once per month. Okay, we've talked about topics all the time. Different loan programs. You're going to talk about a new business that just opened in your local area. Maybe parks, right? The best parks in the area, or maybe schools, maybe the best hiking. Maybe you're partnering with escrow and maybe you're partnering with Yasmin, right? And you guys are going live together and you're talking about the escrow process. What is earnest money? What is, all these different terminologies. Maybe it's educational. Maybe it's a giveaway, right? Depending on your local requirements and RESPA and all that stuff. Maybe you're, you're giving some type of giveaway or partnering with a local business to give some stuff away. But going live is very impactful in the sense that everyone that follows you gets notified. And if you let them know ahead of time, your attendance rate will be much higher. So again, I know going live is daunting. You can't go back, right? It's almost a little worse for a lot of agents in their mind, because at least in a video, you're not live and you can edit it and change all that stuff. But again, authenticity is what consumers want to see in 2023 and going forward. Not super scripted, not super edited. It's a human business. They want to connect with you on a human level. Maybe you're just going live, sitting in your car, waiting for your kid, right? You're picking them up from school, or you just left the gym and you're sitting in the car and you had a thought and you want to share that with them. Maybe it's not even real estate related. Maybe you're talking about a quote. What is your favorite quote? Maybe you're talking about your why, right? We talk about business all the time in our marketing, but why'd you get into this business? That's interesting, right? People want to know that. People want to learn more about you. I got in this business because I was in retail for 12 plus years, district manager, corporate turnaround project, did a lot of training for them, and it was not fulfilling, right? It led me up to this date, this path, and all that experience allowed me to jump into something that was a lot more interesting and in a way that I could help a lot more people, just like these trainings that we do every single week. So that is number 7. If you haven't gone live yet, maybe work your way up to doing that. And it's always easier when you have a partner there. So maybe you're going to collaborate with somebody else, and it will help make that process a lot easier. Any questions on anything we've gone over today? I'm going to tell you, I got one more quote for you, and it is still by Grant Cardone, right? I don't have time is the biggest lie we tell ourselves. I don't have time is the biggest lie. It's the easiest excuse that we use. You're not alone. I do it all the time. I do it all the time. But we have to get better. We have to be able to plan. And that's why I, over the last several weeks, have been bringing up your why, because we have to remember why we are doing this. Why did we get into this business in the first place? And let that be the driving force of us waking up every day, showing up every day, and doing what we need to do to make our dreams come true, for sure. Just like that first quote. Awesome, Sophia, my pleasure. So you got a ton of value from this. Any questions on any of the lead gen strategies that we talked about today? Is there one on here that you connect with, that you can incorporate into your business? Maybe you're already doing it, or maybe you're going to make it a goal to do one of these this year. Remember, you don't have to do them all. Okay, I would actually advise you against that. I want you to choose one and try. Okay, I want you to choose one and try. Anything else? Branding, marketing, anything from today? June schedule is not up. Remember, next week is Memorial Day, so we will not have a training next week, but I will have June's training schedule out shortly, for sure this week. I'm just finishing up some things, maybe have a couple guest speakers that I'm kind of excited about, but I will get that out to the Escrow Options Group team this week. Vivian wants to see number 4 again. Number 4 was sponsor community events. Sponsor community events. Maybe you're doing shredding. Maybe you're doing that canned food drive I talked about with those paper bags. Again, you guys have not that, you know, I know it still gets hot there, right? We still have warming and all that. You know, it's different markets, certain days, but definitely more beautiful than our desert weather here. So there's a lot of things you guys can get out in the community and do. Something that I did one time that was, I want to do it again because it was impactful and a lot of people loved it, is I did yoga in the park. And I bought fitnessinthepark.org and started creating, I had a friend who did yoga and some other personal training that did it. I bought the water bottles. They brought their yoga mats. We were at a park and, you know, yoga in the park, right? You're connecting with them on a more human level. So unfortunately, it's getting hot here, but maybe this fall we can do that. Someone said number 4 looks like a great place to start. I love it. Yes. Mary asked if I know a good source to get email addresses and phones from. And there is, let me see if they have an actual website. So the sister company here in Arizona is called, let me see if I can find it in my email real quick. Oh, Data Solutions. It's called Data Solutions. And Clegg is here. Let me see if I can get the website. Data Solutions. This is their information here. Let me paste this in there. They can get phone numbers, email addresses, all that kind of stuff. Let me change that to everyone. I don't know if they have an actual website, Data Solutions, but they have been solid. Their data is excellent. And what we get, and EOG may have their own source too, so you can reach out to your Escrow Options Group source as well. Let me see if this is the same company. I'm not sure this is the same company, but I pasted the info in there. Yeah, that's not the same company. Don't go there. But I pasted the info that I have in there. Let me paste in their email address. So you have that. Here's Ann's info. So you can email them and get some information. Cool. Awesome, guys. Thank you so much. Again, I will get the June training schedule out. If you have any questions, reach out to your Escrow Options Group sales executive. And of course, you can always go to our YouTube channel to watch the recording of this, I'll have that up later today. Let me post that link in there. So if you want to come back here, make sure to subscribe to this channel too, because all of our previous recordings will be uploaded here. So your channel, I'm going to click into this. I'm going to paste this into the chat. Lots of info for you guys. Go there, subscribe. All of our previous trainings will be there. So you can just go there and rewatch these as well. Make sure to hit subscribe because we have a lot more content coming out as well. So hopefully you guys enjoyed today's training. You got something that you can implement into your business. And until next time, we will see you guys in escrow very, very soon. Have a great week, everyone. I'll see you soon.